illegible, and Remington. He followed the 2018 elections from the jail and told the girl he was a supporter of Ron DeSantis. I can't spell his name, but I know he's a Republican, and I'm voting for him. I believe if we get a Democratic governor, he will take away our rights and hope that won't happen. He told the girl he's a huge Second Amendment supporter. The 20-year-old confessed killer of 17 students and teachers also acknowledged the October 2018 Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, which left 11 people dead. I put my heart out to these victims and to the shooter because I believe they need all the support they can get. Sometimes, however, those fantastical hopes of a normal life slip away. I'll never be loved, and I'll die alone. Now, there are no letters from this young woman named Miley in that packet, so we don't know if she ever wrote any letters or if there was any sort of back and forth. There's also no mention of the 17 students and teachers killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, who, of course, have no opportunity now to think about their futures. Reporting live at the Broward County Jail in Fort Lauderdale, Nicole Ensalada, 7 News 19.
Also at 7, a television star comes clean, admitting to paying thousands of dollars to get her daughter into a prestigious college. That's under these new details of that massive college shooting scandal. Jeff.
Yeah, Craig, through a plea of guilty today, actress Felicity Huffman is admitting her involvement in what authorities have described as the biggest college admissions scam ever.
They won't make it to their years if I have to spend all day with them.
Best known for her role in the long-running TV series Desperate Housewives, a climax in court in this real-life drama for actress Felicity Huffman. She is pleading guilty and apologizing for her role in the massive college admissions cheating scam. In a statement on Monday, Huffman says, "I'm in full acceptance of my guilt and with deep regret and shame over what I have done." She goes on to say, "My daughter knew absolutely nothing about my actions, and in my misguided and profoundly wrong way, I have betrayed her." The star is accused of paying $15,000 to rig her daughter's SAT entrance exam and boost her score. Huffman also saying, "I am ashamed of the pain I have caused my daughter, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and the educational community." The 56-year-old was one of 50 arrested and charged in the scandal.
Between roughly 2011 and 2018, wealthy parents paid Singer about $25 million in total to guarantee their children's admission to elite schools.
The government is recommending prison time for Huffman, but far less than the 20-year maximum sentence carried by the mail fraud charge. A $20,000 fine, restitution, and 12 months supervised release are also listed as sentencing guidelines. The government does not plan to charge Huffman with any other crimes.
Yes, I do.
Meanwhile, actress Lori Loughlin and her husband were also charged in the scam. They have not entered any plea in court as of Monday. Both are accused of paying $500,000 in bribes in exchange for having their two daughters designated as recruits to the USC crew team. And here today, 12 other parents and one coach involved in this scheme also agreed to plead guilty in court. In the Satellite Center, Jeff Lennox, 7 News 19.
Big developments out of D.C. tonight, including a security shakeup involving two top-level officials at two agencies. The president sending both packing. 19's Robin Simmons is here to tell us more. Robin. It could be just the beginning of personnel changes in the Trump White House. Political battles now on two fronts, the southern border and the Mueller report.
A surge in border crossings could have family separations reinstated and expanded to include those arriving at legal ports of entry and seeking asylum legally. President Trump ended the policy last summer after backlash.
We're going to keep the families together. I didn't like the sight or the feeling of families being separated.
But when he reportedly tried to shut down part of the border 2 weeks ago, he faced resistance in his administration, counseled that his tactics might not be legal. The president backed down, but now the Department of Homeland Security is in the midst of a major shakeup. Instability when there were more than 103,000 border crossings last month. He said this Friday.
The system is full. Can't take you anymore.
The first out at the agency created to handle national security and counterterrorism after 9/11, DHS Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen.
I really look forward to continuing to support them from the outside I spent the last 24 hours since yesterday talking with government officials, with administration officials, members of Congress to ensure a smooth transition.
The transition appears to be anything but. Fired Monday, Randolph Tex Alice, the director of the U.S. Secret Service. Nielsen was his boss. Alice's replacement due to start in May. The architect of the retooling of DHS, White House advisor Stephen Miller. CNN reports 2 more people are potentially in danger of losing their jobs.
But I would expect that, as is clear with this president, whoever he picks will understand even more clearly that he or she better toe the line, otherwise they will not last long. And that is the case with this president's entire administration. That's why it is so chaotic.
It all comes 8 weeks after the president declared a national emergency at the border. Meanwhile, House Democrats are ready to hear directly from the special counsel and the attorney general on the nearly 2-year-long investigation into the Trump campaign and Russia's interference in the 2016 election. Robert Mueller will be called to the Hill to testify at some point, but Attorney General William Barr will testify Tuesday. Democrats say the summary they got is just not good enough.
Look, the reality is if this is a 400-page report, including lots of tables and charts and additional classified annexes, to send us a 4-page summary that just talks about the high-level conclusions is potentially misleading.
And back to the Department of Homeland Security, Politico is reporting several potential names on the president's shortlist. Among them, according to a former official in the department, is Miami City Manager Emilio Gonzalez. Live in the news, Pat
Robin, thanks. New details about that woman who breached security at the president's Mar-a-Lago resort. At a bond hearing today, prosecutors say the Chinese national was found with several electronic devices, including a thumb drive containing malware and a device to detect hidden cameras. She also had more than $8,000 in cash in her room. The FBI is looking into whether she was a spy. The 32-year-old was arrested last month after Secret Service agents say she lied to gain admission to the resort. That bond hearing will resume next Monday.
The final countdown is on to D-Wade's last dance with the Miami Heat. Tomorrow night could be his last game at the AAA, and the team wants you to help send him out in style.
Sports Director Steve Shapiro is here for us. Steve.
It'll be fun out there tomorrow night. The Heat want everybody in their seats before 7 o'clock. They have a big send-off planned before D-Wade's last regular season home game. Surrounding the building he proclaimed to be his house are exclusively Dwayne Wade banners, small and gigantic, exclaiming Dwayne Wade's legacy with his jersey number 3 where the E would be. Inside Tuesday night, the likely last game Wade will ever play at the American Airlines Arena.
A lot of people in that arena has watched me grow, has watched me be imperfect, has watched me make a lot of mistakes in life, but has watched me blossom and watched me do amazing things, great things.
Wade and the Heat are mathematically still alive for the playoffs, but it is much more likely Wade's 16-year career will come to an end with the last 2 regular season games this week.
It's definitely going to be an emotional, point if my last drive away from that arena is not if I'm not coming back to it. I'm going to try to continue. Hopefully things go our way where we can come back to that arena for the playoffs, but it's going to be emotional either way.
Wade is the Heat franchise leader in games played, points scored, steals, and assists. He is to the Heat what Derek Jeter is to the Yankees. He is the Heat. Tuesday night, before his likely last home game, the team will play a video tribute. There will be guest speakers, and Wade himself will address the crowd.
I've never been in this situation before. I know all my family's going to be there. So I'm just looking forward to it. Close the chapter. So I look forward to it.
For fans who can't be there Tuesday night, buses with Dwayne Wade's logo traveled around South Florida Monday, selling Wade's legacy merchandise.
Hi, y'all.
Now, the Heat could still make the playoffs and have another home game, but that is a long shot. If the Heat do not make the playoffs, Wednesday night in Brooklyn will absolutely be his last game in a Heat uniform. I will be in Brooklyn with Dwayne and the Heat. My live reports before and after the game from the Barclays Center start Wednesday afternoon. I'll be back later in Sports on the Plex. Steve Shapiro, 7 News, 19.
All right, Steve, a scheduled movie shoot is off, at least for the time being. The crew of the new cop buddy film Bad Boys for Life, starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, were set to take over the MacArthur Causeway next Sunday. That's not going to happen now because of scheduling conflicts. They have delayed that shoot. Not clear when it's going to happen. The movie is set for a January release.
Still ahead here from the 19th, the Coast Guard rushing to the rescue of 3 men sinking fast. New tonight, the one trick that helped crews track them down faster.
The school administrator's takedown lands him in a different job. It's a story you saw first on 7.
Some burglars targeting an exclusive neighborhood, but they forgot to hide their faces. It's video you will see on just one station.
He walks a little slowly now. Even worse, his association made him park far away.
Jesus, right, that parking space is too far from the stair and too far from the elevator.
Are they required to give this 80-year-old fellow a closer space? Help Me Howard delivers the answer.
Look, a bluebell truck. Whoa, follow him.
Hang on, kids.
Folks everywhere just can't seem to resist the rich homemade taste of Bluebell ice cream. And because it's delivered fresh to your store by our very own drivers, we've developed quite a following. Somewhere a full half-gallon of Bluebell ice cream is on its way to you.
Introducing the Genesis G70, North American Car of the Year. Lease a 2019 Genesis G70 2.0 Turbo from $329 per month for 36 months. Visit your local Genesis retailer.
You hear that, son?
I don't hear anything.
Closer. 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 It's the variable speed pump saving money.
But it's too quiet to hear.
Exactly.
Save on variable speed pumps and more at the Pinch a Penny 4-day spring sale. This weekend only.
Her past is a mystery. Her future is an adventure. Anastasia, the Broadway musical.
Coming to the Broward Center, April 23rd through May 5th. Start your journey at browardcenter.org.
No, let's turn down the music. Oh.
Make yourself comfortable.
Really?
Make yourself comfortable.
What? Wow, boy. She's dirty paying that car.
First on 7, a principal feels the fallout after a tough takedown of a student. He's been reassigned after all this, and the 19's Walter Morris is live for us at this middle school in Fort Lauderdale with the story tonight. Walter.
Well, Craig, that's right. That assistant principal won't be coming back to this school while this investigation continues. And tonight, that student's mother says she won't be satisfied until she knows why this happened. First on 7, cell phone cameras catching the moments a middle school administrator grabs a 13-year-old girl from her chair and wrestles her to the ground. The video sparking outrage, the district launching an investigation, removing the assistant principal.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? You got to be kidding me.
The tough takedown happening here at William Danby Middle School in Fort Lauderdale Friday. The girl's mother says her daughter and a few other students have been late to class, but when security arrived, things got physical. Family telling 7 News the 8th grader was taken to the hospital for leg and back injuries.
Get him out of the school, period. Like, I need answers. Like, I want to know what happened. Why did he attack my child? Like, why?
And Monday, the district saying the assistant principal involved in this incident was immediately reassigned pending the outcome of the district investigation.
Yeah, I got an apology. They apologized, and they said they're trying to make it right. So we're going to see how this goes. It's on the investigation, so they're not telling me too much of anything right now.
And the girl's mother said she did return to class today. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Walter Morris, 7 News, 19.
Walter, a group of fishermen saved at sea after clinging to a life raft for hours. The 3 men were out in the Gulf off Naples this morning when their boat started sinking, but they knew what to do and they quickly got out their life jackets and other safety equipment to make their rescue as easy as possible.
The emergency beacon wasn't working for them at first, and they had the know-how that the beacon would be activated by salt water, so they threw it in the water to get it activated, and so that helped us hone in really quickly.
The Coast Guard crew and fishermen reunited to talk about the save this afternoon. Two thieves driven to steal in Southwest Miami-Dade. Police say they pulled up to a tile business in a pickup truck along Southwest 106th Avenue and 191st Street. One gets out and hot wires the company's flatbed, and then both drive off. This happened last night. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS.
The station has this video. Burglars hit high-end homes on Miami Beach. Police say they're responsible for a handful of these rip-offs. And the night team's Jessica Holly has the exclusive tonight.
An early morning visit from some uninvited guests. Surveillance cameras catching their every move. One guy hops the fence of a fancy home April 1st in the 3000 block of North Bay Road. Using the flashlight on his phone, he fishes for an easy target. The other guy stands outside the gate, appearing to be the lookout. It all went down on a stretch of Miami Beach known for stars and fancy cars. Last weekend, the area was hit more than once. The door down the street dusted for prints after an early morning intruder on March 31st. We talked to the victim by phone.
Someone came into my room, and they had a flashlight setting from their iPhone on. I yelled, "Hey, what's up?" And then the person goes, "Oh, there's someone here," and then ran away.
And he got away with a black Range Rover. A few blocks down, a Lamborghini was stolen.
These are troubling incidents.
Miami Beach police went door to door, reminding residents to lock up while they work to track down the troublemakers.
We believe this group of individuals is responsible for several incidents here on Miami Beach.
Police say they arrested this guy on April 2nd, 17-year-old LaFonso Lucas. He and another teen are charged with grand theft. Neighbors are thankful for the quick work by police.
We were very happy to hear that the police department was so fast to act and start looking for these criminals because they deserve to be punished.
Police are still wanting to talk to this guy, the other person caught on camera on April 1st. Take a good look. While break-ins along this swanky street are not common, police are reminding everyone to be smart.
You still need to make sure you have layers of protection in your home, and that includes locking your vehicle doors, securing all the doors in your home. Again, these criminals are looking for an easy opportunity. We want to take that opportunity away.
Police want to hear from you if you recognize that other guy in the surveillance video, and they say there could be others involved. If you have any information that might help with the investigation, call Crime Stoppers 305-471-TIPS. Reporting in Miami Beach, Jessica Holly, 7 News 19.
And next year on the night team, he battled capture with the Bay of Pigs, but his association is also turning out to be a formidable foe. He has a hard time walking and can't get a spot closer. Parking spot, that is. It's tonight's Help Me Howard with Patrick Freeman.
Also, look before you leave, where trappers wrangled this monster reptile.
Hellboy's headed back to the big screen, and it's definitely not for the screen.
Find your way to the best care at clevelandclinicflorida.org.
Okay, so we live with AT&T. We also live with AT&T's internet security.
You know the mother's maiden name?
AT&T, there's an army of weirdos outside. They're just trying to get on your network. Well, why didn't you alert us? Well, that's not really my thing.
What is your thing?
Okay, I'm sensing a little hostility from you, Janet. So I'm going to be the grown-up here and excuse myself.
Stop living
with
AT&T. Switch to Xfinity for real-time security alerts for all your connected devices.
And we welcome back Gary, who's already won 3 cars, 2 motorcycles, a boat, and an RV. I would not want to pay that insurance bill.
Oh, I'm progressive, so I just bundled everything with my home insurance. Saved me a ton of money.
Love you, Gary! You don't have to buzz in. It's not a question. On March 1st, 1810.
Frederick Chopin.
Collapsing in 226.
The Colossus of Rhodes.
Louise Dustman.
Brahms' Lullaby or Kriegelied.
When will it end?
Not today, Ron.
Every room starts empty. And at Rooms to Go, We build our business helping you fill it, one piece at a time, or with our popular room packages. On a sofa, love seat, tables, and lamps. Or even better, buy our famous room package and save even more. And thanks to our design team, it all looks great together. Add personal touches, you're done. That's the big idea that launched Rooms to Go, our famous Rooms to Go package. It's that easy and very affordable.
It is nice.
Are we a van family? Of course you are.
The van just talks.
Sales guy. Is it magic? No, it's a Pacifica. Allow me to do a little self-promote.
He is cute. Whoa.
It also comes in a hybrid. Yo, what's up? Van life. You know you want it.
But does it ever shut up?
The lot, baby.
Ooh, he's
To
cute.
you on the way home. Pacifica.
Now, well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Pacifica Touring Plus for $359 a month.
He fought to overthrow Castro a long time ago and is now in another battle to get a parking space closer to his home.
He says he needs it, but does the complex have to give it to him? It's tonight's Help Me Howard with Patrick Frazier.
Okay, catch hope. I'm gonna bring it to y'all.
Salvador
It
Morales
says,
was a
hey,
pilot of the
this is
Cuban Air
it.
Force, a country led by a dictator he could not stand. Guess what Salvador did?
I said, IUP. Get to know. IUP. Hey.
But Salvador wasn't through with Fidel Castro. Then the Central Intelligence Agency made an offer.
From the CIA started calling us.
IUP.
Prevent Cuba. This one
Everybody don't tell on my mouth.
people, maybe more.
It was the
Oh, yeah, I didn't
Nixon
answer your
invasion.
claim.
It failed, Castro won, and history was written. Salvador then returned to his new country.
I got a bad leg.
Salvador is now in his 80s, but he's still willing to fight when he thinks he's right.
I'm gonna play the parking war now.
In February, Salvador moved into a large complex
He
in
cute, y'all.
Pembroke
Hold on,
Pines
I'm gonna
and
taste
was given an
it.
assigned parking space.
Jesus Christ, that parking space is too far from the stairs and too far from the elevator.
With his bad leg, Salvador looked for a handicap spot, but the nearest one was hundreds of yards away. So Salvador asked to have one of the guest spaces near his apartment turned into a handicap parking spot.
So I went to see the man in charge of the parking lot. I explained the problem. He treated me like I was a child.
Salvador says that guy was lucky. Back when he was trying to get rid of Castro, he was a little feisty.
I used to have a short fuse. Now that I'm always longer, you know.
He has more patience today, but he doesn't have the ability to walk as far.
Well, I'm not speaking just for me. I'm speaking for the other poor people, they're 80 years old or more.
Well, Howard, Salvador has a handicap sticker, but was told there are no spaces close to the building for him. Is he out of luck?
No, and Salvador doesn't have to have a handicap space, but he does need an assigned space closer to his building because he has a bad leg. And under the Fair Housing Act, the association has to provide a closer parking space for him if they can.
We contacted the attorney for Century Village in Pembroke Pines. We were told they make accommodations like this all the time. In Salvador's case, he says there must have been miscommunication, and they agreed to give Salvador a space closer to his apartment.
Absolutely, I'm very happy you solved my problem.
Salvador was able to get a space, but legally an association doesn't always have to provide it. If it would be too expensive, or if there were no spaces available, then the law does not require it.
When I called Channel 7, I thought it was going to take more time.
Century Village solved it for us in short order, Salvador, leaving you with a short walk.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Salvador has certainly led an interesting life. And I was surprised that an association isn't legally required to provide a handicap space or a parking spot close to the building for each person who physically needs it. You learn something new every day. That's why we do Help Me Howard. Now, if you want to know more about parking laws at condos or rental complexes, we have some details at WSVN.com. Please Help Me Howard store. Got a problem parked in your lap? Ready to assign it to someone else? Let us fly in to help.
Hold on, guys.
People aggravated.
Okay? Hold on.
Howard Patrick Frazier, 7 News.
Coming up here tonight, this guy definitely was not invited to the pool party. So trappers came in to get them out of there.
Also, Hellboy's back, and stars say a little different.
South Florida dry for now, but rain chances do go up going into the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. The forecast ahead.
The tools of a remix agent. The 3D home tour. The site with all the listings. The well-timed data. The experience, the tools, the know-how. That's the sign of a remix agent.
Discover gold with the $15 million Gold Rush Special Edition scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. The newest winner of the Gold Rush Classic Scratch-Off family. It's your ticket. Claim it.
My father just a few weeks ago passed away from lung cancer. There was definitely a wake-up call. I don't want to
tell me why.
Guys,
it says, tell me why it's
I want to have a chance to spend a good life.
Man,
I
you
wanna be
guys
there for
do
my
it
boys.
to me why?
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you grow away.
Yeah, but don't do him like that.
The Cadillac Move Up sales.
I don't got
Move up to next-gen connectivity. Move up to advanced safety. Move up to something a little more, well, Cadillac. In XT5, XT4, and the S-Line. Current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2019 Cadillac XT5 from around $359 per month.
They want her at older.
Life is full of surprises, including some we're really not ready for. That's why Estrella Insurance, your preferred insurance option, is now offering Estrella Health Solutions, an innovative online service that lets you connect with board-certified doctors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For just $15 a month per person, you get unlimited online appointments, so you can talk to a doctor anytime you need. Estrella Health Solutions, because sometimes only right now will do.
An
No, you
alligator
can't. I
drowned in
can't
Palm
get
Beach
you
Gardens.
press
A 9-footer spotted resting at the bottom of a pool. The homeowner says she was checking out the backyard before letting out her dogs this morning. A good thing. And that's when she saw it. A trapper was called in to help. He hooked the gator and got it out. And it was brought to a safer area away from those folks.
Ma, don't tell all my good toes. Ma, please don't tell all my good toes.
And it was mostly dry Monday. Here's a look at the sky conditions just before the sun was going down. Notice the zigzag of clouds here. We had those lower, more puffy clouds coming in from the southeast, and then those higher clouds in from the west. It's also where we're looking for additional showers out of the Gulf of Mexico. We also had some pretty hefty thunderstorms. Those crossing and moving offshore now into the Atlantic waters off to the northeast with a little bit of a line there. And we could see some active weather just by way of a few scattered showers, maybe even a few storms tomorrow. More on that in just a moment. 67 in Tallahassee, but 77 in Miami. Warm in the Keys at 80 degrees in temperatures tonight. They're just not going to change a whole lot because of a southerly airflow. Still those winds on the light side out of the southeast. And that's going to be pumping a lot of tropical heat and humidity in place for us tomorrow. So heading into Tuesday, we're in good company with a possible storm zone over much of Florida and even well beyond as we look at an area of low pressure That is a large low that we see across the southeastern states and around the lower Mississippi Valley, and then trailing a front as well. And it's that front that will be a focus of our attention as it gets closer tomorrow. So there you see all the clouds and instability showers all the way into the middle Atlantic states. It was warm there today, all throughout even the nation's capital, as warm as we were in South Florida. Now here we go with tomorrow and the risk, as indicated by the Storm Prediction Center, for isolated to scattered storms. And the main threats would be with lightning, gusty winds, and also the potential for some small hail. Even as the low pressure area moves north of Florida, it's that cold front that does get a little bit closer. Here's the forecast then for going into Tuesday and the rest of the midweek. We'll have the best chance for some active weather late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and until that front crosses early on Wednesday morning. Behind it, clearing out in the sky and drying out as well. No real temperature change either. It just doesn't have that cool air support. Boaters, no advisories. Clouds around tonight, mostly dry and very warm for this time of the year. Into the middle 80s we go for Miami and everywhere else. The rest of the forecast finds those warm temperatures, highs in the middle 80s, and nighttime lows staying above 70. That's your 7 on 7 forecast.
Thanks, Brian.
So at your time, he's been to hell and back.
David Harbour tells us why he took on the role of
my butt toe.
The 7 Weather app. It's free. Just search WSBN in your app store. Powered by Univista Insurance.
So you guys are just going to hand over the lowest price right off the bat.
That's correct.
When I was your age, we had to spend hours at the dealership going back and forth.
Well, with Lexus Plus, it's one price, one point of contact.
Only at JM Lexus.
A business owner always goes beyond what people expect. That's why we built the nation's largest gig speed network, along with complete reliability. Beyond clumsy dial-ins and pins, to one-touch conference calls. Beyond traditional TV, to TV on any device. Beyond red smooth video, to crystal clear HD video monitoring from anywhere. Gig-fueled apps that exceed expectations.
I'm letting it talk some more.
Life with children is a journey. Filled with choice.
I'm worried about after school.
Danger and opportunity.
Guys, you're as a baby.
She just had a job. And from the day they are born to the day they graduate, you'll have all the support you need from the Children's Trust. The Children's Trust. Because all children are our children.
Ford is built for spring. So if you want low financing, big cash back on America's best-selling truck, get a Ford. Want to save more on the highest-rated large heavy-duty pickup and initial quality? Get a Ford. Want the only adventure gear built Ford tough? Get a Ford. Want the best deals of the season? Get to the Ford Spring Sales Event. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on select 2019 F-150s during the Spring Sales Event only at your local Ford dealer.
President fires down developments to tell you about tension in the nation's capital.
Lawmakers are not holding back today. DC's biggest stories all in one place. 7 News.
Yeah.
The superhero returns to the silver screen to raise hell and save the world. Hellboy is back to battle an ancient sorceress bent on revenge.
The 19th Lynn Martinez caught up with the star of the movie.